between Australia and England. Australia has already won the series 4-1, but that shouldn't stop a very keen contest here this afternoon in Perth. For the Australians, it's a last chance to impress the national selectors before the Australian squad is chosen for the Champions Trophy to be held here in Perth in November this year. For England, well, a chance to regain some lost pride. Having gone down in the series, they had to leave Australia on a winning note. The conditions here in Perth are fine, though there is a build-up of cloud in the west, perhaps the chance of a shower during the afternoon. The prevailing breeze, though, is from the northwest. The temperature in Perth 19 degrees, and that should make for fairly pleasant conditions on the surface. Let's take a look at some of the players making up the teams this afternoon. For Australia, Peter Haselhurst at 28 is today playing his 100th international. He's an elusive forward, recognised for his devastating stick work and loves playing in front of his hometown crowd. At the other end of the scale, 18-year-old Dean Evans of Western Australia will be making his senior debut for Australia. He'll be playing at left half-back. Coach Richard Agus has described him as having that special touch of class. And Terry Walsh, he's played more than 140 times for Australia. Some people are saying he's lost his touch, so look out for a big one from him today. Looking at a few of the players who'll make up the England side today, Ian Taylor is recognised as the world's #1 keeper. He'll be wanting a strong finish to the tour to keep that reputation intact. He's played more than 90 internationals. Norman Hughes, like Australia's Rick Charlesworth, 32 years old and the senior player in the side. He's been representing Great Britain since 1978. And the tall, classy defender, Richard Dodds, who's been doing some damage lately from centre half. He's played more than 60 internationals. So those are just a few of the faces. England had only 13 players to choose from for this match, but it's hoped it still comes up with a competitive unit. The team is Ian Taylor in goal, Knott, Dodds, Craig, Clark, Gordon, Grimley, Clift, Shaw, Hughes and Sherwani. The Australian team, well, it looks extremely strong indeed. Adrian Burse is in goal. Bell, Charlesworth, Davies, Evans, Haselhurst, Mitten, Nobbs, Patmore, Reid and Walsh. The two umpires today, David Swallow from England and Steve Smith from Western Australia, umpiring his first international. Now let's go over to the commentary position. Here's George Grillicic with Malcolm Poole.
The game about to start with Sherwani of England there to make the pushback and start this game before a crowd of about 2,500 here at the Commonwealth Stadium. The conditions at the moment bright and sunny. And England going into this match trailing 1-4 in the Test series. Malcolm, and a big task ahead of them today.
Yes, George, I think they really have their work cut out, particularly as the fact they've got a number of injuries, to the extent they've even named David Whittaker, their coach, as one of the reserves.
Here's Davies for Australia, putting one over the top, knocked down by Walsh. This is Haselhurst, and it's forced over for a push into Australia. Taken by Patmore to Evans, playing his first international. He goes right across field to the outer side, and Australia going to attack. And the ball again over the sideline on the far side. England now to go forward, and this is Norman Hughes to play the ball. Plays it back to Craig. Right up the middle, and that'll be a 16-yard hit to Australia. Davies takes it. Missed by Haselhurst over the sideline. It'll be a push into England. Clark. Oh, nice trap by Haselhurst. Gets the free hit. Back to Charlesworth. Ball back to Haselhurst. Looked for Charlesworth. Blocked by Dodds. Through comes Davies. Bell. See the advantage rule there. Now it's Davies. Nobbs. And it's going to be England to take the free hit, pushed out by Hughes onto the far side. Grimley down the sideline, and Australia get the push in.
Perhaps one of the most interesting selections for the Australian side, George, is that of Rick Charlesworth at centre half. Traditionally been Australia's right inside for a number of years, but I know that Australia have been a bit concerned about the centre half back position.
Hughes takes the free hit, and no one can make any progress down that left wing. Hughes again to play the ball. Grimley. Free hit to England, taken by Cliff, blocked by Charlesworth. Nice trap by Australia by Mitten. Haselhurst. Haselhurst trying to set something up with a pass to the other side, which is missed by Australia out there. And that's Mitten, and it's pushed in by England, back to Craig. Craig from left back, right up the middle, blocked by Davies of Australia. The ball comes through to Walsh on the 25. Tries to play it into the circle. Australia get the ball into the circle, but it's going to be a penalty to England. Comes out to Clark. Walsh. Dodds. And England pushed the ball out over the sideline on the halfway line. Dean Evans takes the push in. Back to Davies. And that'll be over the goal line for a 16-yard hit to England. Craig. Off the middle he goes. Ball up into Australia's half, but Davies has got it covered. Nice block out there by Hughes. Pushes the ball through to Cliff. Dodds, the England centre half. Grimley being tackled there by the Australian player who was Mitten. Australia come forward now through Charlesworth. That's a nice one to Mitten. Oh, pushed across by Walsh, but didn't quite come off, and England force it upfield. And the ball goes over the sideline for a push into Evans. Evans plays the ball to Haselhurst, but the Englishmen weren't 5 yards clear. Now he plays it to Charlesworth. Back to Evans. This is Knott. Shawani. Cliff for England. Looking for Grimley. Blocked by Bell of Australia. Bell coming up towards the 25. Now it's Walsh. Pushed out wide, but Australia can't get to it. Patmore was too far back there, and England will push it back into play through Clark, their left half. Plays the ball to Knott. And a free hit to England, again to be taken by Clark. Dodds pushing it through, but almost blocked by the Australians. Now Shawani had a chance, but it's hit upfield by Davies. Trapped by Craig. He gives the ball to Dodds. Taken off him now, and Walsh has got possession. Pushed back by Haselhurst to Walsh. Nice play, but a good block by Clark. Pushes the ball upfield in the path of Clift. He gives it to Shaw. Back to Clift. He didn't read that one too well. And Australia break it up now in the midfield and earn the free hit. Out comes Taylor, but he doesn't have to bother. The ball goes over the goal line, and it's a 16-yard hit to England. So after 5 minutes of play, there's no score.
England team will feel very tired. They've had a gruelling series, George, and it's very, very warm out here today.
No score after 5 minutes as Australia go into attack. Reid with a chance, pushes it in, but Taylor makes a nice stop in goal. And then Dodd hits the ball upfield, and it'll find the sideline for a push into Australia. David Bell plays the ball back here to Nobbs. Nobbs back to Bell. England can defend this. Hughes running back, has got it covered. Plays the ball right back to Knott. Knott wide to Clark. Clark infield towards Shaw. Now taken off him by Patmore to Charlesworth. Haselhurst on the 25. Haselhurst goes back into centre field to Charlesworth. He beats the tackle of Dodds almost, and earns the free hit for Australia, almost on the 25. He plays it out in the right wing. Hit infield by Reid, and wide of the goal.
Charlesworth already having a big impact on the game at centre half.
A corner hit to Australia. And now a 16-yard hit to England. Craig plays up the middle of the field. Ball pushed out to Bell. And Clift comes away with the ball for England. take the free hit. No, he allows Craig to come in and do that. Dodds deflects the ball upfield. Chance for Gordon. But it's a free hit to Australia. Davies. Haselhurst. Back he goes to Evans. Charlesworth.
A few rather agricultural tackles, particularly on Charlesworth and Haselhurst.
Taken by Bell. Threateningly towards the circle. Pushed in by Walsh. Taylor's there to soccer it away. And it's a penalty corner to Australia.
That came off an English foot in the circle, George.
So the ball to be hit in here by Patmore. Davies the striker for Australia. It wasn't stopped motionless by the Australians, and so it's a 16-yard hit to England. Dodge will leave it for Craig to take the hit. Comes across field to Clark. Shakes off the tackle of Patmore. Clark does it very well indeed up the right wing. A nice block by Australia by Dean Evans. Pushed in by Clark to Shaw. Charlesworth dispossesses him and pushes the ball out towards Patmore. It's over the sideline once again for Clark to push in for England. Davies. Australia going into attack, out to Bell. Bell comes cross field to Haselhurst. Australian inside left. Evans. Pushed out by Dodd, finds the foot, free hit to England. Now this one is blocked here by Davies. Davies trying to find an opening, but unsuccessful in doing so. Now Australia push it into Evans. And that's deflected into the circle by Walsh. Comes back to Walsh, and it's over the top and deflected away by Ian Taylor. He just got his forearm to that. And Australia very nearly got a goal.
I think that came off the crossbar, in fact, George. Great diving centre by Grant Mitten on the right there. He's given a 16-yard hit, so maybe that indicates that Taylor didn't touch it.
Pushed upfield by Craig. Now in comes Haselhurst. Again, it's on the edge of the circle, but it's pushed out by England by Knott. Now it's Clark. He's been a very busy player, but nice play by Patmore. But eventually England get the free hit. No score on the board. Play has been in progress for approximately 10 minutes. Bell comes to Charlesworth. Charlesworth obstructed. Which way will he go with the free hit? He lets Davies take it. And that finds the foot of the Englishman, and it's a free hit to Australia. Played out wide by Reid to Mitten. And it's over the goal line for another 16-yard hit.
Perhaps, if anything, the English side are definitely putting more players in defence than they have in the previous tests. I think probably a legacy of their two defeats by the Australian under-21 side and also Western Australia.
England come upfield through Dodds, their centre half. A nice ball out to Grimley on the left wing. Challenged by Bell. Nice play by David Bell, and then he's obstructed by Clift and gets the free hit. Mitten for Australia. Charlesworth and Shawani. Charlesworth wins the battle. And blocked over there by Norman Hughes over the sideline. A free hit to Bell of Australia. And what was that, offside?
Not sure what he indicated. Pushing, I think, George.
Craig, Hughes. And Australia get the 16-yard hit. Davies to Nobbs. Evans. Patmore. Haselhurst. Now it's Dodds for England. Shaw couldn't block that one, and it's gone over the sideline. Australia will get the push in. Evans back to Davies. Oh, and almost cut off by Haselhurst. Not quite, and England get the 16-yard hit. Haselhurst, Charlesworth now. Australia going to attack. Mitten out there. Reid has missed it, and England come away through Clift. Davies now for Australia. Haselhurst to Patmore. Into the circle it goes, and the whistle goes, and it's Going to be a free hit to Australia. Patmore just outside the circle. Oh, he goes right across the circle, finds the gap, and it goes right through, out of play for a 16-yard hit. Craig plays it out to the right wing, and the ball finds the sideline for Dean Evans to take the push in for Australia. Charlesworth. Evans. Nice play by the youngster in his first international, but Reid couldn't get onto the end of it. This is Bell for Australia. Blocked by Dodds of England. Through comes Evans again, out wide to Patmore. Australia well inside the 25. Patmore trying to cross, but a beautiful bit of play down there by Clark, the left half for England. Now there's the ball slammed into the circle by Patmore, but it's a free hit to England.
Must come back. That ball was lifted from the sideline. Young Dean Evans at left half for Australia, showing no signs of nerves at this stage. Big future ahead of him.
Davies gives away the free hit, and England will take it again. Shaw to Knott. Sawani there, missed the interception, and Davies has got an easy one here to retrieve. Oh, nice block here by Gordon. Almost a nice block, but he gave away the free hit. There was some foot in that. Played up the middle of the field by Davies, and it's going to be a 16-yard hit to England. Craig. Shaw. Clark now for England.
Well, most of the play so far has been in Australia's attacking half, but unable to convert any chances yet, although Terry Walsh went very, very close with a shot that hit the crossbar a few minutes ago.
Bell keeps the ball in play. Grimley there, tackling him, and England get the free hit. Deep in their 25, just outside the circle. Dodds missed an opportunity there for England. The ball comes through to Walsh. Walsh plays it out to Patmore. Back to Walsh, out to Patmore. He'll reach this inside the goal line. He can play this into the circle. Here's danger for England. And the umpire pays a penalty corner to Australia, the second one in the match.
Again lifted up off an England stick in the circle. The umpire swallowed from England, indicating what it was for. Good play then between Walsh and Patmore on the left wing.
Now Patmore to hit it in, just waiting for Davies to walk up from the left back position. He's Australia's striker in these penalty corner situations. Play's been in progress for 15 minutes. No score on the board yet. Davies goes in and Taylor makes a brilliant save, and then it's pushed out by Hughes of England over the goal line. And it's a...
Taylor's injured.
And Taylor is injured. He's writhing in agony.
Injured, in
writhing
fact,
in agony on the goal line. He's appeared to stop that one right in the midriff almost. It was a very powerful hit by Craig Davies, the Australian striker there in that penalty corner situation.
Of course, there's been a lot of concern, George, about the keepers doing exactly what they do. Here it is in replay. See him lying prostrate there, and he took a nasty one.
Well, Taylor gets a round of applause here. He's going to continue as the England goalkeeper after receiving quite a lengthy bit of treatment there from the trainer, and I think also the England team doctor. No score in this match after 23 minutes of play. Bell with a little back pass to Nobbs. Grimley, the tackler for England.
Played Michael Nobbs to get an obstruction.
Well inside the 25. He should be able to put this into the circle. No, it's blocked by Hughes. Comes right out to Davies of Australia. Evans. Patmore. England get the free hit. There's a foot obstruction. Pushed forward now by Shaw. Right downfield it goes. Shawani racing after it with Nobbs, but the ball over the goal line for a 16-yard hit. Davies takes it quickly. Finds Charlesworth.
Good play.
Patmore. Haselhurst on the 25. Too many men to beat, and Clark plays the ball away for England. Davies, very reliable defender, finds Charlesworth. Look at Charlesworth's magic stick control there. He looked for Reid, didn't quite come off. Pushed back up midfield by Hughes of England to Dodds. Dodds across field towards Shaw, but he wasn't fast enough, and Evans plays the ball out of defence. This is trapped by Clark, but he just couldn't control it. The ball over the sideline. Australia to push in through Evans. Haselhurst goes across field. Missed by Reid, but not by Mitten. He's got Hughes to beat. He pushes towards the circle. Chance for Haselhurst. Taylor's out of the goal, and he's hit it just wide into the sideboard.
Terry Walsh, I think. Terry Walsh at centre forward. Great move, and a magnificent pass by Peter Haselhurst, then out to the right wing where Mitten did well.
Clark plays it upfield, and Haselhurst deflects it over the sideline. Clark gets the push in.
Walsh will be a little bit disappointed he didn't do better with that chance, because he had the keeper beaten.
Clark for England to Shaw. And Clark misses the pass back, and Australia get the push in. Davies to take it. 25 minutes gone in the first half. No score on the board yet. The ball comes out to Reid now. And he pushes into the circle, but stopped by Knott.
Dangerous play by England there.
England get it out through Dodds. Now it's Shaw. Goes across field to Clift. Clift got Grimley out on the left wing, and that's the way the ball goes. Grimley goes for the circle, but blocked there by Davies. To Nobbs, to Charlesworth. Pushed out by Walsh. Haselhurst has got it now on the centre line. Infield to Davies. Back it comes to Haselhurst. He goes across to Charlesworth. Charlesworth plays it beautifully around Grimley. Pushes towards the circle. It's in the circle, but the whistle is gone, and it's a free hit to England.
Good build-up by the Australians, but one thing they haven't really got going yet, Graham Reader inside right has been fairly quiet. Maybe they should try and work the ball to him a bit more.
Davies to Haselhurst. Patmore. Clark now for England. Well played. On to Gordon. Obstruction there against the Englishman, Gordon. He didn't agree with the umpire's decision, but Davies has got the free hit. Plays the ball right back to Nobbs. Charlesworth. Reid now for Australia. Australia get the push in. Nobbs takes it, plays it back to Bell. Bell right up the middle of the field. It's into the goal, but you can't do that. And it's a 16-yard hit to England. Knott. Craig. Missed by Grimley, and Australia get the push in just behind the centre line. Bell takes it to Nobbs. Up and over by Nobbs. Whistle on play, and it was offside, and England have got a free hit near the 25. Gordon for England can't reach that one, and Australia get the 16-yard hit. Craig Davies. Been a stalwart in defence. Shawani plays the ball to Dodds. England here push it wide to Clift. Clift goes inside the 25, hammers across to the head of the circle, finds the foot of an Englishman. Australia get the free hit.
Lucky there, a couple of bad clearances by Craig Davies, who's generally played well, but only needs one mistake for England to get in.
Patmore. Now England have got possession. Shawani plays the ball back, but Shaw couldn't read it, and so Australia will take the push into play through Dean Evans. Davies. David Bell miscues on the far side. Pushed in by Grimley to Hughes. Hughes goes inside the 25, and David Bell comes away with the ball for Australia. Now it's Reid pushing the ball through up the right wing. A race on for it. Walsh is there. So is Knott of England. And the ball's gone over the goal line for a free hit to England. 16-yard hit, in fact. Knott. Clark. Charlesworth for Australia. Reid has missed it. Hughes is there for England, pushes it through to Clift. Clift goes upfield, hoping that Grimley can outpace Bell, but he can't do that. David Bell waiting for it to cross the line, and it does, so he gets the hit back into play. Nobbs takes the hit. Dodds now for England in centre field. No Australian challenge yet. Now Charlesworth comes in.
Tackle by Charlesworth.
Good tackle. He earns the free hit.
Very strong that reverse.
Patmore now, the left winger.
Here he is again.
Charlesworth takes Australia forward again. Inside the 25, this is Reid. Reid goes with a cross into the circle, and it's a 16-yard hit to England.
Charlesworth's been, to my mind, by far the best player on the field at this half, and maybe he solved Australia's problems at centre-half back.
Dodds for England. Grimley. Now it's Charlesworth. Shawani takes it off him. Comes back to Grimley. Grimley to Shaw. Shaw pushes it through to Shawani. 5 minutes left in the first half. Bell is there. Plays the ball back for Australia. Finds the foot of Shawani, and Australia get the free hit. They get the ball through to Haselhurst. Out to Reid. Reid trying to get past Cliff. Does that. Plays it infield to Mitten. Mitten still got it. Plays it towards the circle. Nice play. Oh, and it's off the foot of Peter Haselhurst, just inside the circle. And England...
I think he's found an earlier breach. He's given a hit to Australia.
He has, just outside the circle.
Must be taken, in fact, 5 yards outside the circle.
Now the Australia play it to Mitten. And the ball is...
Short corner.
Yes, it's a penalty corner.
He awarded I think a stick check there on Grant Mitten, who was trying to come through. His stick was being held by one of the English players.
Well, this is the third penalty corner to Australia. Off the last one, Ian Taylor was injured and was down for a long time. Push in by Patmore. Davies to strike for Australia. Davies gets a good hit in, but it's a nice stop again by Taylor, deflecting it with his pads. Away to the side, and it's a corner hit. Australia take it quickly. There's a swing into the circle by Reid. Australia appeal for the free hit and get it just outside the circle. This is Bell. Knocked in by Charlesworth, but he lifted the ball, and it's going to be a 16-yard hit to England.
It was a courageous save by Taylor before, after receiving that injury earlier in the game.
Craig now, 3.5 minutes left in the first half. This is Haselhurst for Australia, through to Walsh. Out wide to Patmore. Patmore, a very acute angle. Taylor got his glove and stick to that one. Nice stop by the England goalie. Now they come upfield through Shaw, and Shaw earns the free hit to be taken by Knott, the right back. Now he'll allow Craig to take it. No score on the board. Clark. Gordon. Dispossessed by Evans. Playing confidently, Dean Evans takes the push in now to Haselhurst.
She wouldn't believe it's his first international, that's for sure.
Haselhurst goes for the circle, but out comes Craig in defence, but Australia get the free hit just outside the circle. Into the circle he goes, it's hit the goal post. Lucky one for England there, and the ball played upfield by Knott. Davies here for Australia. That was very nearly a goal to Australia up there.
I have a suspicion Terry Walsh just got an edge to that in the circle and would have been a goal.
Now Australia get another hit here on the far side.
He's warning, the umpire Swallow from England is warning one of the players, showing him number 10 a green card, which is just a warning.
Number 10 is Grimley, Martin Grimley, the left winger for England. Nobbs to take the hit for Australia. 2 minutes 24 seconds left in the first half. And England to hit from the 16-yard line. I think we're in for a shower of rain as the first half draws to a close. Played through into the circle by Walsh, and a good save by Taylor, who makes a confident kick over onto the far side. Australia get the push in. Bell plays it forward here. Now it goes to Mitten. He's challenged strongly by Hughes, and the ball over the goal line for a corner hit to Australia. Mitten takes it into the circle. There's a deflection back. Taylor's there. And the ball's gone over the goal line. It's a penalty corner. A penalty corner to Australia.
Ian Taylor almost lost it then. I think there was a deflection by an Australian in the circle and just managed to keep it out. 1
minute 36 seconds left in the first half. Patmore to play it in. And Davies to make another crack at goal. Oh, and it's Haselhurst who played it up, and Taylor stopped it almost with his helmet, I think.
It's saved, but he's awarded a 16-yard hit, indicating that the ball was lifted, I think. Despite protest, good dummy by the Australians there. Well, that's very controversial because they've in fact changed the rule. With the goalkeeper lying down, they've said now that you can flick it into the goals.
Charlesworth's got it for Australia. We're in the last minute of play in the first half. Mitten hits towards the circle, but the ball is blocked by Clift of England. Clift goes upfield with a very powerful hit. This will find the goal line, and Australia will take a 16-yard hit. Davies right up the middle of the field. The ball deflected by Walsh, but no one that far upfield to get onto the end of it for Australia as we go into the last 30 seconds of the first half. Clark plays it up the sideline with a very precise drive that'll go right up over the goal line, and Australia will get another 16-yard hit in what has been a fairly eventful first half, but with no score on the board yet. Now it's Clark. Pushes the ball in, trapped by Haselhurst. Charlesworth, Davies, Bell. And there's the hooter to signify half-time and a scoreless first half in this sixth and final test between Australia and England. Now the second half about to start here, and the pushback to be taken for Australia by centre forward Terry Walsh. Conditions are fined up after that shower just before half time. This is Charlesworth now as Australia attempt to go forward. And it's a free hit to England. Ball played through to Grimley, but he's dispossessed by Bell. And it's another free hit to England. In the right wing position. Free hit to Australia, rather. Bell. Ball deflected across field by Haselhurst, and the push in to be taken by England near the centre line by Clark. Shaw up and over. Davies is there and just bunts the ball over the sideline. Clark again to take the push in. This time he elects to hit towards the circle, and Australia can clear through Knobs. Nice block out there by Clark. This is Dodds now for England. Inside the 25. Goes for the circle. Nicely stopped by Charlesworth. Good play by the veteran Australian. Bell now. Upfield to Mitten. Cliff for England. Goes sliding along the AstroTurf and has hurt himself too. Another halt in play here as the England trainer comes onto the field. Looks like it could be his knee, Malcolm.
No, whether he just got a grass, well, an AstroTurf burn or what. I know it can be rather painful if you slide on this surface. Hard to know what happened.
Now Bell to restart play. Pushed back to him by Knobs. And Australia again get the free hit. David Bell takes it to Charlesworth on the 25. Charlesworth goes across field, deflected into the circle by Haselhurst and pushed forward by Walsh. Saved by Taylor. And going in there was Pat Moore. And Taylor's arguing with the umpire, but it's a penalty corner.
In fact, good decision by umpire Steve Smith. In fact, having his first international as an umpire to give a short corner. There was a clear obstruction there.
Now Australia had 4 penalty corners in the first half, no conversions. Pat Moore to play it in. Davies the striker. Davies goes for goal and hits the backboard. It beats Taylor, went underneath him, and that's the first goal of the sixth test, scored by Craig Davies of Australia after just under 3 minutes of play in the second half.
Craig Davies, great strike of the ball. And over Taylor's stick, right into the corner, virtually unstoppable.
Dodge now plays the ball forward for England and finds the sideline.
Well, I think there's every chance, George, that might open the floodgates now.
Evans plays the ball back to Davies. Haselhurst mistrapped the ball, pushed forward by Walsh. Now, Reid has got it to Mitten. Mitten's got it into the circle, but not is there for England. And the ball's gone across the goal line for a corner hit. Cleared by Cliff. The whistle again.
Another obstruction. Another short corner to Australia.
So let's see whether Australia can maintain the conversion rate in the second half. It's 1 for 1 in the second half after 4 misses in the first half. Patmore. Davies lines up, hits it straight into Taylor, who makes a very good stop, and England get a 16-yard hit.
Blew that for, I think, the ball not being stopped dead on that stop.
Clark. And Australia will earn a 16-yard hit here from that hit upfield by Clark.
Can't remember the Australian goalkeeper having touched the ball at this stage, George.
Poor old Adrian Burse is down there waiting for the first time to get warmed up. Dodds to play the ball from near the midfield. And that's deflected towards goal from outside the circle by Cliff, and Australia get a 16-yard hit.
There's Adrian Burse.
This is Reid. Hughes to take it for England. Clift. He was obstructed. Hughes takes the free hit to Grimley. Hughes. Not. Gordon. No, it's Clark. And Australia will take the push in on the far side near the centre line. Dean Evans. Charlesworth. Clark for England. Very stylish player.
Yes, he's been the pick of the England players, no doubt.
Craig Davies. Not. Australia to take the hit. Charlesworth. Racing after it is Walsh. Ball hits the corner flag, stays in play. Walsh for Australia. With him down there was Not. Australia take it through Patmore. Charlesworth got it into the circle. England get it out. Now it's Shaw. Plays it out wide to the right wing where it's stopped by Davies. Charlesworth. More urgency about the Australian side in the second half.
Lucky to get that hit. Charlesworth even thought it was against him.
Now Australia play the ball to Reid. Mitten. Inside the 25. Across it goes. Missed by Haselhurst. And Gordon lets the ball run over. England to take the push in through Clark. Charlesworth. Pushed forward by Evans to Patmore. Deflected right back into centre field. A chance for Shawani now. Plays the ball wide to the left wing. Bell couldn't quite reach it. Going after it Grimley. Grimley plays it inside the 25, but Bell is there to tap the ball across the sideline. England play it back to Shawani.
Good tackle.
A good tackle by Nobbs. He plays the ball to Reid.
Off his foot.
England take it through Hughes. Off Bell's foot, so free hit to Hughes of England. Clift. Back it goes to Knott. And Clark deflecting it upfield to Shaw, who keeps it in play. Clark. Gordon out there, outplayed by Evans, who pushes the ball away from Clark, sets it up for Patmore, back to Evans. Nice combination on the left wing. It comes in field to Haselhurst. He gets the ball to Charlesworth. Pushed forward by Walsh. And the ball goes right up towards the goal line. Taylor just sitting on it, waiting for it to roll over, and England get the 16-yard hit. Craig plays the ball upfield to Clift. Free hit to England. Hughes to Grimley.
England have lost their way again a bit. They did have a spell in the first half where they looked as if they might be getting a bit more midfield possession, but not doing much at the moment.
Davies likes to run the ball. Shawani going in with vigour, gives away the free hit to Davies. Charlesworth. Crowd laughs because Davies changed his mind and gave it to Charlesworth instead of hitting it up the field. Hughes to take the push in. Clift. Hughes plays it back to Craig. Off the foot there of Nobbs. Shawani plays the ball for England to Shaw. Evans. Playing with great assurance, Evans, but he's dispossessed this time by Shawani. And it's a hit to England, just outside the circle. Gordon plays the ball to Clark. Gordon again, into the circle. Here's danger. Nice block by Burst, and the ball goes forward to Nobbs, who plays it to the sideline for Gordon to push back into play. Goes for the hit into the circle.
It's the first short corner.
And it is a penalty corner to England.
I think that might have come off the foot of an Australian player.
8 minutes into the second half. England with a chance to level the score.
David Craig coming up from the back line to strike.
He's number 5. Now Craig goes for the goal and hit Davies on the leg, I think. And the Australian player Evans is down. Must have hit Evans on the leg.
It might have been on the ankle, I think.
Craig eventually took the hit. This is Craig.
Australian player receiving attention is Dean Evans.
And not quite sure what happened to him.
I think he was collected by Davies running through.
Now England with a corner hit. Shaw deflects it back into the circle, but Evans gets it out for Australia. Now Gordon comes back into the fray, and Nobbs lets the ball run over the goal line. Australia to take a 16-yard hit. Davies right upfield towards Walsh. Walsh plays the ball brilliantly through to Haselhurst. He gets it inside Dodd, comes through to Reid. Reid plays it into the circle, out comes Taylor. Mitten tries to tap it past him and does, but Hughes is there for England. He clears the ball upfield to Clift, and it comes off Clift's stick over the sideline for David Bell to get the push in for Australia. Exciting play there. It goes to Charlesworth. And it's a free hit to England. Craig to take it. Dodds. Clift. It's in the Australian half now. Grimley back to Clift. Trying to find a way into the circle. He gets it into the circle, blocked by Davies. Davies plays it nicely up the middle of the field. Has a race on Patmore, and not racing back and Clark, but Patmore gets there first. He's inside the 25. Oh, and he's tripped over. It's a penalty corner, a deliberate obstruction inside the 25. And that was rather professional by the English defender that time, Malcolm.
Well, a clear breach there. I think he didn't have much option, I think, but he took him across the waist.
Well, it's Patmore to push the ball in, and Davies to take the hit here at goal. He plays it softly into the goalkeeper. Patmore plays on. The whistle has gone.
Off the foot again.
Off the foot again, and it's another short corner to Australia. Australia forcing quite a few. I think this is the 4th one in the second half. There were 4 by Australia in the first half. Davies sets himself, hits it straight into Taylor, pushed out by Clark, finds the sideline. Australia to push in from near the corner flag. Nigel Patmore, the left winger, into the edge of the circle. Now it's not for England. Evans on the 25 for Australia. Plays the ball across brilliantly towards Bell, but England get possession through Grimley. Hughes. Clift. Dodds for England. Clift for England now. Still in midfield. And Davies, the ever reliable, pushes the ball wide out to Mitten on the right wing. Bell, that was a nice bit of play inside. Out it goes to Mitten, and it's off his leg.
Bad luck, good overlap there by David Bell, coming through from defence.
Davies takes it, or Craig rather took it. Australia playing the ball in towards the middle of the field. Patmore goes after it, but Gordon is there for England. Now it's Clark. Shaw of England playing upfield, earning the free hit. Dodds to take the hit. Gordon. Dean Evans, a very hard man to beat. He gave away the free hit, but the Englishman didn't get past him. Now it's hit towards the circle, but Davies blocks it.
Well, good ball upfield again by Davies, looking for Walsh. And there's going to be a substitution for the Australians.
And it's Neil Horgood coming on now. Patmore to come off. He was a player that was stripped up there in that passage of play about 4 or 5 minutes ago. He gets a big round of applause, as does Neil Horgood, who'll take up station on the left wing. Dodds to play the ball. And Australia get a 16-yard hit. Craig. Charlesworth for Australia.
Oh, brilliant play by Charlesworth. Great ball too.
Reid. Hit to England. Pushed out by Knott to Clark. Davies. It's into the midfield for Australia. The ball finding the sideline. Push in by Mitten to Reid. Cliff for England. His own player got in the road there. Mitten trying to retrieve the situation from Australia. Can't do so, and it's played upfield by Dodds of England. Hughes. Shaw. Hughes again, inside the 25. There's a player loose. Grimley failed to trap that. He had a wonderful opportunity there. He's got David Bell to beat now, and Bell dispossesses him with a brilliant bit of play. Hughes for England. Now it's Reid. Australia go forward. Walsh plays the ball to Haselhurst, but England get the free hit. Knott to Clark. Evans plays the ball into Haselhurst.
Playing in his 100th international for Australia, Peter Haselhurst.
Nobbs. Looking for Mitten, but couldn't get his stick on the end of it. Hughes gets the push in. Grimley. Mitten in possession for Australia. And we'll get the hit again. Must have touched his foot. Craig to Clift. Craig looking for Clift again. He gets the ball past Bell. Charlesworth comes in and kicks the ball, and Clift gets a free hit. She'll take 5 yards outside the circle. Australia lead 1-0. Clift, and the ball deflected over the line by Nobbs, so it's going to be a corner hit to England to be taken by Craig. Bell blocking the ball. And
he's given a short
corner.
Yes,
he has given the penalty corner too. So Bell looks at the umpire.
Well, one of the English players appealed that it was off his foot. I don't think it was, and Bell looked absolutely mystified there at that decision.
Now, Craig will be the striker, will he, for England?
Dodds,
actually. No, Dodds this time, number 4. And the Australians bolt off the line before the ball is struck, and you can't do that. England could level the scores. Australia lead 1-0. Dodd goes for a confident hit, and it's just wide of the goal. That just bounced wide of the upright. A corner hit to England. Taken by Gordon. And Australia come upfield through Haselhurst.
Must be taken again.
Australia hit from the 16-yard line here. Davies.
Lifted up into the English player, so England get the hit.
Dodds. Haselhurst. That was a competent piece of play by him. Pushed out by Horgood for Australia now. Out wide to Walsh. Reid has missed it, but Mitten is here for Australia, just outside the circle. And Norman Hughes takes the ball off him. Plays it to Grimley. Grimley infield to Clift. Clift across now to Knott. Shaw lost the ball to Davies. He puts it in the path of Hawgood, but the umpire blows the whistle for offside. And Clark will take the hit. No, he won't. He'll give it to Dodds to take. Charlesworth. Bell. Looks for Mitten. With him Hughes. Oh, he got rid of Hughes. It comes into Reid. Reid runs to the 25, plays the ball through. At the end of it, Hawgood for Australia in the circle. Oh, and Davies knocks the ball away with his gloved hand and puts it in the path of Knott. And England come out of defence now through Shaw. Back to Knott. Gordon. Blocked by Nobbs. Dodds collides there with the Australian player Reid. The ball is pushed wide by Jennings now to Grimley. Across it goes to Shaw, who plays it onto his foot. Australia get the hit. Davies takes it quickly to Haselhurst. Haselhurst beats two players with a beautiful swerving run through the middle, runs to the 25, puts the ball upfield to Walsh. Out comes Taylor again. In goes Hawgood. Taylor again saves by kicking the ball away to the far sideline, and the crowd respond with two magnificent little bits of play there by the goalkeeper. Charlesworth now for Australia. And Australia will take the hit. Davies, Evans, and hit to England out of defence here from near the 16 yards.
Well, Taylor continues to keep England's hopes alive. As long as Australia only have that one goal lead, England always capable of a breakaway and scoring.
Upfield through Shaw with an up and over. The umpires penalised him, and Australia will take the free hit from centre field. Charlesworth.
It's a chance.
Selection by England. Oh, it's a chance for Walsh. Walsh plays it wide to Hawgood. Hawgood shoots, and it's just
Into
wide.
the side.
Into the sideboard. That's the second time Australia have hit the sideboard in this match. Played forward by Craig. Australia will get a 16-yard hit. The score is 1-0 in favour of Australia after 21 minutes of play in the second half.
Richard Agus, the coach of Australia, might be a little bit concerned about Australia's lack of conversion in this series. They only scored 2 goals in any one game.
Haselhurst wins the race to the ball. He's well inside the 25. He goes for the circle. Haselhurst. Reid tries to get it forward, and that's found the foot of an Englishman there, number 12 Shaw, and it's a penalty corner to Australia.
As I was saying, George, the most goals that Australia have got in a test in this series, and this is the 6th, there's 2 goals in any one game, and so I'm sure that's some cause for concern.
So it's Hawgood now to play the ball in. Craig Davies, as usual, to be the striker. Plays it forward, tries to find an opening, pushed forward by Haselhurst, and it's a goal, is it?
No, he's disallowed it for something.
Disallowed it. England play it out quickly. Infield it comes to Knott. Taken upfield by Gordon. Out Shaw for England on the 25. Goes for the circle, but a nice block by Bell, and Bell gets harassed from behind. Interference from Knott of England, and Australia get the free hit to Charlesworth. Plays it to Bell. Cliff blocked the ball for England there, but one of his teammates got in the road, and Australia get a free hit. Beats Reid across the sideline, but he didn't really try and get it. He gets a push back into play to Bell. Davies. Davies hammering the ball up towards Haselhurst over the sideline, and Clark will take the push in to play. Haselhurst now for Australia. Inside the 25. Back to Charlesworth. Now England a chance through Grimley on the left wing. Clift. Shaw. Gordon. He's got Evans out there tackling. Now Davies lends support, pushes it forward for Evans. Nice bit of play by the youngster. Comes right up the left wing, puts the ball up to Horwood. That's a nice pace on that pass. Horwood runs inside the 25. Cross he goes, a chance for Reid. Taylor's come a long way out, but the ball didn't go into the circle. Now Reid pushes it into the circle. There's a hammered shot at goal by Walsh.
Great save.
Great save. Taylor again knocks the ball away. What a magnificent
penalty stroke.
goalkeeper.
The umpire's awarded a stroke.
He's awarded a penalty stroke, but what a magnificent first save there by Taylor of England.
Well, let's have a look at that in replay. I couldn't pick up why Steve Smith, the umpire, has in fact given a stroke, maybe palming the ball away, I think, by the keeper. Let's have a look. Great save initially from a shot by Terry Walsh. Here's the shot from Walsh coming up. Well, that's a brilliant save, and we didn't see why the stroke was given later on.
Now Rick Charlesworth to take the penalty stroke that could give Australia a 2-0 lead. He's allowed to take one step forward here. There's the whistle, and it's in. Beats Taylor on the right-hand side. Australia lead 2-0. 23 minutes into the second half. 2-0. The goal scorers for Australia, Davies and Charlesworth.
Scorer of the Australian goal from Australia.
Got Taylor going the wrong way, and a good flick by Charlesworth, but I couldn't quite pick up why the stroke was given, but I think it was the use of a hand by one of the English players in the circle.
Grimley's got the ball on the left wing. England going to attack. And Australia get the free hit. This is Nobbs. Bell. Bell again, but he's kicked it forward, so England finish up with the ball to be taken by Dodds. No, Craig will take it. Charlesworth. Chance here for Shaw, into the circle. No Englishman there. 16-yard hit to Australia. Nobbs comes up the right wing, and Norman Hughes will take the push in for England. Clift. Missed by Davies. It's gone into the circle. The whistle is gone. And
must come back. It came up off an Australian stick well outside the circle, and he's given a free hit for lifting. Must come back to about the 25-yard line.
Richard Dodds, the England centre half. Oh, gee, that's off the foot of Haselhurst. That would have hurt, but he didn't flinch. Another free hit to England. Dodds to Shaw. Shaw's got a wall of Australian defenders to beat. They get another free hit. Dodds slams into the circle this time. Grimley's there, so is Bell, and Bell plays it away from the circle.
16-yard.
It's a 16-yard hit to Australia. Reid.
Good lead by Mitten, just couldn't take the pass though.
Hughes back to Craig. Clift. Reid's lost his stick. Charlesworth. Haselhurst. Walsh has played it up the right wing. Here's an opportunity for Mitten now. Mitten into the circle, right across the circle. Horgood for Australia. Horgood, wide of the goal, just wide. Taylor appealing. He thought the umpire should have blown his whistle there, but...
I think Horgood used the back of his stick, actually, sweeping that one across.
Well, the ball's out on the far side. Evans to play it in for Australia. Plays it right back to Nobbs. Nine minutes to go in the second half. Australia lead 2-0. This is Bell. Charlesworth. Davies. Obstruction by Shaw. So Australia get the free hit. Charlesworth appealing for the ball. Davies to take the hit. Up and over. Not lets it go. So there's Taylor. A 16-yard hit to England.
Well, for my mind, George, the most significant thing to come out of the game is Rick Charlesworth's performance at centre half. He's been absolutely unpassable in that position.
Shaw and Haselhurst doing battle. The Englishman put the ball back to Craig. Oh, he's hit it right into the back of Graham Reid, and that's Dungy. Number 17, Graham Reid, holding his hip. Australia play on now, out wide to Mitten. Mitten goes for the circle. Charlesworth, but the whistle goes on play. England get the free hit, and Craig takes it. Charlesworth intercepting brilliantly. Haselhurst. Oh, magnificent stick work. He gets it into the circle, but England play it out through Clark. Now a chance for Clift to carry the movement up further. Hughes comes in, knocks Mitten over with a bump. He's a strong player, Hughes. Plays the ball through, missed by Grimley. Racing back is Davies. Out comes Burst.
It's his first touch of the game, I think.
Burst soccers it over the sideline. England play it into Hughes. Dodds has missed it. This is Evans for Australia. No, it's Horgood. Horgood plays it wide. Here's a race on. Walsh racing back with Craig of England. Walsh plays it in the circle, but Taylor kicks it out. Back to Walsh, still in play. Inside the 25. Walsh looking for support now. Finds Charlesworth on the 25. Through goes Charlesworth into the circle. But England get it out to Clift. Clift hasn't got much support here. Back it comes to him. Knocks the ball out to Gordon. And Davies plays it upfield. Clark intercepts. Pushed across to Dodds now of England. Grimley. David Bell. How many times has he done that?
He's had a good game again. That's a brilliant pass, but offside, unfortunately.
All good offside on the left wing.
I don't think Grimley's gone past David Bell once all day.
6 minutes to play in the sixth test. Australia lead 2-0. Not Charlesworth and Dodds. Dodds wins the battle this time, pushes the ball through to Cliff. Grimley goes for the circle. Davies knocks it out. Dodds plays it through to Gordon. Gordon gets round Davies. Charlesworth knocks it away from him and then plays the ball out to Evans. Haselhurst earns the free hit for Australia. Evans. Shaw, the tackler. Oh, nice play by Evans. Brilliant bit of play. Into the circle he goes. Gee, and a deflection by Australia. Davies leapt up and let it go when he saw it was going over the top. Corner hit to Australia. Mitten takes it. And blocked by Knott. Knocked back by Bell and missed here by Nobbs, but he's got plenty of time. Gets the ball to Davies. Back to Nobbs. Bell. How did he miss that?
First mistake for the day.
Hughes.
Allowed a little one.
Hughes to push in. Craig. Haselhurst. Inside the 25. Out wide to Horgood. Taylor comes out. Horgood's around him. And he gets it back across goal, but it's gone across the goal line. Must have touched an English stick there, an Englishman. It's a corner hit into the circle by Mitten, but hit out by Shaw of England now to Jennings. Bell gets the ball away from him. Bell pushes towards the circle. Hughes there to defend for England. And it comes up the England left wing where it's kept in play by Clift. An obstruction on him and England get the free hit. Just under 4 minutes to go. Australia lead 2-0. Mitten. Haselhurst. Fairly open defence here this time. Haselhurst to Walsh and he just couldn't control it.
Brilliant
that would have
ball
been
by
very
Haselhurst.
dangerous. Dodds. Grimley. Hughes. Shaw. Jennings. Trying to get around Craig Davies, out to Gordon. Still in play. Evans is with him there, but now it's over the sideline and Gordon takes the push in to Shaw. Shaw brings the ball back to Knott. Clark. And it's England to get the hit here. Gordon to take it, plays the ball back here to Hughes, to Clark. Charlesworth plays it out of the circle very confidently indeed. And England get a free hit here, just inside the 25. Up and over. Oh, there's a slam at goal by Grimley. Burst kicks it away.
Had to be dangerous play by Martin Grimley.
And it's a 16-yard hit. Australia have already taken it. The whistle has gone. No, it's got to come back. They've taken it, what, from too far up the field?
Yeah, about 20 metres away, in fact.
Bell. Nobbs. Bell looking for someone to pass it to, finds Charlesworth. Mitten. It's in the England half. Reid running onto it. With him is Craig, and Craig defends to the sideline. Just over 2 minutes left to play. Hit into the circle by Reid, and there's a deflection by Australia just wide of the goal by Walsh.
Great try by Terry Walsh.
Would have been an amazing goal. He was only about a foot wide. A brilliant piece of play.
Let's have a look at it again. And we've seen Terry Walsh pull off those sorts of goals in the past, but not to be that time.
Gordon on the right wing for England. Shaw back to Gordon. Shaw. Now Charlesworth for Australia, but England get the free hit. It's inside the 25. England retain possession with this free hit. Shaw. Not. Knocked away by Bell. In comes Clift. Less than a minute and a half to play as Nobbs takes the ball upfield for Australia to Reid. Dodds puts England back into attack to Clift. Not. Evans comes in and he obstructs the Englishman Gordon, who gets the free hit. Shaw. We're in the last minutes in the circle. Burse has to kick it away. Now it's hit back towards the circle by Shaw, and it's a penalty corner. A penalty corner to England.
Charlesworth shaking his head, and I'm not quite sure what it was given for.
Australia lead 2-0, and there's 40 seconds to play. Now this time the hit to be taken by Dodds. Oh, not stopped, motionless there, and it's a 16-yard hit to Australia. And we're in the last 30 seconds. Haselhurst in the midfield for Australia. Plays the ball through to Walsh, offside. And Dodds takes the hit for England. And this ball will find the sideline. And we're in the last 10 seconds now, so I doubt that the score can change now. And Australia will win this test match as the ball's hit upfield. The hooter goes, and Australia have won the match. The sixth test, 2-0. The goal scorers, Davies in the 3rd minute of the second half from a penalty corner, and Charlesworth in the 21st minute of the first half of the second half with a penalty stroke. So Australia win the series 5-1.
So there it is, a great victory to Australia, 2-0 in the 6th and final test. Australia taking the series by 5-1. With me, the Australian coach, Richard Agus. Richard, a terrific effort by Australia, 5-1.
Yes, it was good to win the series 5-1. I mean, the result today could have been 5 or 6-0, and that would have made it even better, and we were hoping for that. Just a couple of things we need to tidy up, and we'll be ready to go for the Champions Trophy in November.
By the same token, though, Taylor really did prove he's a great goalkeeper, isn't he?
Yes, he's a great goalkeeper, and we had a couple of chances today to score 4 or 5, I thought, and it was really us versus him in the end, and you know, he's a magnificent goalkeeper, but we have to just keep working on ways of beating him.
Some great encouragement for Australia with the performances of a couple of the young players, I thought.
Yes, I think Dean Evans won that battle decisively and proved what a class player he will be in the future, and providing he goes on, he's a great prospect for Australia. And I was quite impressed with Graham Reid. Graham Reid at inside right, pretty tired, had a lot of hockey in the last 6 weeks, and going to the Junior World Cup tomorrow, I was pretty pleased with his performance as well.
And Rick Charlesworth, of course, masterful again.
Yes, we tried Rick Charlesworth at centre half today, and I was quite pleased with his performance. His competitiveness and his determination are a great attribute, and a player of his calibre, if we can afford to play him at centre half, then all things are going to look pretty good in the future.
So repeating the final score here, 2-0 to Australia, and taking the series by 5-1. This is John Bell at the Commonwealth Hockey Centre in Perth for ABC Sport.